Here's the first video on the 400 Super America gauges. In total, there's the tachometer and speedometer and 6 smaller gauges. And most of the artwork looks to be in reasonable shape. So we'll see how it cleans up. And if needed, the shop I'm sending these to does have artwork that we could use. And inside these gauges are some pot metal, and so not sure if these gauges work. The input does turn, but unless you actually can spin that pretty fast, you can't tell if it's fully operational or not. The back of the gauges have all of their original finish. Unfortunately, someone came by with a black marker and put these identification marks on there. So before the gauges leave, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can't remove all of those marks, because I would like to save all the original finish. Same here. Let's see where someone just wrote on the back. And here you can see just kind of how dull some of the artwork is, and it's just something that happens over the life of the car. So they look all in all pretty good. The clocks are temperamental at best, and generally you just replace the movement inside with a quartz movement, which is perfectly acceptable. But I'd like to see if we can save the internals and reuse them. But the shop only has 2 of the movements left, and so if need be, we can just go ahead and put a modern day movement in there. But again, you can see how someone wrote on them, but again, you like to see this, all these original marks. I'd like to save. Here's the tachometer. Tachometer also has the writing at the bottom. So the autoflux, there's a little jewel that lights up. Tells you when the autoflux fuel pump is operational. The dynamo is actually the generator. So if the generator is not charging, the little red light comes on. And when the defroster is running, I do believe it's a little yellow or kind of a light green jewel that lights up. And again, you can see someone just, wrote on the back. But all they look pretty nice. I'd like to save this chrome if possible, but I'll give it a good looking over before they leave to see if there's any pitting or flaking of the chrome plate. Here you can see this oil pressure is fairly dull, and so what you get into is if you were to change the artwork or the gauge faces on one gauge, then the other ones look out of place. And spend a lot of time looking at the dashboard on these cars, so you want it to be very nice. So they all look in good shape. I'm going to try to put a little power to the electrical gauges just to see if there's any movement. As much information as I can gather before the gauges go out for restoration, the better off we'll be. So that's our first look. And I'll also remove all of these brackets. I never like to send anything with any components that the shop is not going to need. Thank you.